Welcome back. Well, we've heard from the politicians. Now it's time to hear from the voice of business. Carolyn Fairbairn, the head of the CBI, joins us now. Thank you very much for being with us. So, you were last on the show in November. So do you feel more confident or less confident about Brexit now?
Oh, well, Sophie, I think we really are in the emergency zone of Brexit now. So I think last November we had the possibility of a deal on the table, and that has now, that feels as though it's receded. We don't have a deal on the table. Firms are having to plan in the here and now for a no-deal Brexit, with all of the pain that that will bring. We know that businesses are leaving the country. We know that businesses are making plans that will damage communities across the country. And just this week, we had a new chapter in the unfolding nightmare, which is the prospect that the trade deals that the UK businesses enjoy through the European Union will not be ready in time for leaving. So South Korea in particular, a real concern for businesses. So it really is the emergency zone.
On those trade deals, your deputy attended a meeting with Liam Fox about the possibility of the existing trade deals that we enjoy as being part of the EU being rolled over. What is the position as far as you understand it?
Well, I think ministers and officials have been working very hard, so it's not for want of trying, but it's genuinely hard because partner countries who we've enjoyed free trade deals with now for a number of years under the EU are actually saying, well, we want to see what your EU relationship is first. Japan is saying that, for example. South Korea, one of our main trading partners, they want to reopen terms. So the prospect is that the day after Brexit, those deals will disappear.
And what does that mean for jobs, for the economy? What does it mean for normal people?
Well, I think that the really important thing about what business says matters is that this is how Brexit will be felt in communities across the country. It will be the decisions that businesses take about jobs and investment, and they will reduce them. So you have less potential to trade globally. That will mean less investment in the future, and that will mean fewer jobs in the future. We've seen Sony move its headquarters. I'm talking to businesses that are planning for price increases and for job reductions after a no-deal Brexit. This is very, very real now.
Now, you were saying about how, when we last spoke, there was at least a prospect of a deal, and you feel that that is now receding. What do you think are the chances of a no-deal?
Well, they feel as though they have gone up because the possibility of the Prime Minister's deal passing feels as though it has receded. And I think what business is saying is compromise, find that middle ground. And at the moment, it feels like the parliamentary process is in logjam. No way can be found through, so that prospect of no deal feels much higher. But what I think businesses, everyone I speak to is saying, get round the table, find that compromise and get that deal so we can take no deal off the table.
Could the compromise be the Jeremy Corbyn proposal, the permanent customs union?
Well, there are a number of things. When that letter was published, I think businesses will have looked at that and thought, yeah, there are a number of things here that could work for business. We at the CBI have said that actually a customs union of some sort would be a good thing for most businesses. But it's not the only solution. So with that on the table now from Labour, we would really urge politicians and leaders from all parties to get round the table and find a solution on that. There isn't just one model that would work for business. That would work, but there are others.
So you're basically saying any deal is better than no deal? Is that what you're saying?
The things that matter for business are frictionless trade, access for our services and access to people and talent. Any deal that delivers along those lines will work for business. The issue now is time, and we're heading towards that cliff edge. So we need that deal.
So you're talking about the issue is time. Less than 50 days to go until Brexit. So what are businesses doing right now? Well,
I think there's been real acceleration in the planning. So we have got stockpiling. We know that warehousing capacity has run out. They are preparing for disruption at borders. But I think that the bigger thing that's going on is that there is also a recalibration, if you like, of what the UK is like as a place to invest. We have been a fantastic country to invest in for many years. A gateway to Europe, we have great time zone, great universities, and yet investors are looking at the UK and asking questions about what we're like for the long term. Hence the decision by Nissan. Brexit wasn't the only factor, but it was one.
So are you having conversations with those businesses
long term,
telling you that they are not going to invest or that they are going to move elsewhere?
Absolutely. So these plans are on the stocks. They are still travelling in hope around a deal. So some have taken action, but others are waiting. Many small businesses have not been able to take action at all, so they will be hit by the shock. But the point is that we have this opportunity now to get a deal on the table, pass it, and move on, and return the UK to being the great place to invest that it has been. But this is real danger time now.
It's interesting hearing you talk. When you look at what's happening in Westminster, what do you feel towards politicians?
I think that there is just an astonishment that businesses feel that can turn into anger, actually, because we have a political process here that is not delivering a solution for our country. So here we are, 10 years on from the financial crash. We have a risk here. We're going to recreate some of the conditions around the financial crash. The Bank of England today has a forecast which puts growth at the lowest it has been in the last 10 years. Why would we voluntarily do that to ourselves as a country? We know that the financial crash harmed the youngest in our population, most young people into the workplace. Why would we do that again? And I think there is a sense that this is almost negligence on behalf of our political institutions, our political leaders, in not delivering a solution to this. We have 47 days left. That solution needs to be found.
Is it Brexit that's the problem, or the way that it's been handled?
I think Brexit, the decision that was taken, 52-48, was always going to be challenging. However, here we are, 47 days to go, again that number, and we actually are not any further on, if you're a business, in terms of having clarity about what the trading environment will be when we leave. And that has, the process has not delivered any clarity at all. So we need that to happen very fast now.
OK, clear message. Thank you very much for being on the programme.